Oh, it's time to grab your glasses, family. It's time for us to get started. I'm so excited. Sitting up here, Kid Magic Rock. Shots out. Here we go. Drink your water.
Drink your water, drink your water. All right, family, drink your water. Man, listen, I want to say greetings. I want to welcome you to the Daily Spark, man. Family, come on in. Come on up on this porch so that we can have this conversation as we build. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and most importantly, make your comments so that I can make sure that we are growing and I'm giving you what it is that you need. All right, so now I want to give it up. I want to do a round of applause for the principle of Umoja, because we are standing firmly in the day of Umoja. Man, clap it up. And I know it's hard for y'all to hear me, but listen, and we know for those, every Umoja, when we enter Umoja, we have entered another period of time. So this week we are focused on Umoja. Give it up. Man, shouts out to the Umoja boy, right? Man, ain't it beautiful how we could do several principles in one sitting? It's crazy, family. Listen, when you bring your culture to life, because the key piece is, if it's real, then use it. We have to move like this thing is real. Many of us are shouting ancestors. Many of us are shouting principles. Many of us are wearing the clothes. But the question is it real? Is it real? Can you feel it? Right? Like one of those old Shaka Khan songs. Can you feel it? Right? Because if you can't feel it, then you might need to go find something else. We need people around us that can feel it. And we don't even need a lot. Family, it don't even take a lot of us to change the world. That's how powerful you are. So now, I am because this is my second time doing this, because I ran through a period of the show and I didn't have my mic on. So my mic is hot. Check 1, check 2. Can you hear me? Cool. Anime, are you in the house? Okay. Simba, are you in the house? Simba's in the house. Explosion, are you here? Okay, I get it. The explosion is here. It's here. And we about to go and launch into our segment for the day. Family, I know some of y'all out there like, Brother Haatim, where's the show from yesterday? You didn't do a show. You said you ain't gonna listen, I did the show. I did it. It was during the Per Ankh at 11:30 for the Tawi Family Village. I did the show, right? Now, when I get the copy of the video, I will post it up in the Telegram, and only the Telegram, right? Family, I want to thank those of you who have been around and listening in. So let's build, right? It's time for us to build. So I want to make sure I get everything that I need to get in for you today. We already know we are standing in Umoja. Proverb of the day. It's the proverb of the day. The proverb of the day. The proverb of the day. A roaring lion kills no game. Now tell me, what does it mean to you? Well, I got to tell you what it means to me, right? Family, check this out. So, now, please post up in the comments what it means to you, right? I know you're going to listen to my stuff and then you might, you know what I'm saying? But listen, a roaring lion kills no game. A lot of us out here running our mouths, right? Success, prosperity, happiness, joy, power, peace are things that we are out here in the world hunting. Not haunting like H-A. We're hunting it. Hunting. We're hunting it. We need to carry ourselves as such. We have to be on the prowl. so that we could sneak up on it, snatch it up. Many of us is running out here loud, screaming about the success that we want, screaming about the things that we want to manifest. But all that stuff happens. Those of you that was with us yesterday, when I walked, my fault, it wasn't yesterday. Those of you that came to the live session on Kaumba, I got copies of that too. We did a meditation, a countdown meditation, where we went to our holy of holies, our sacred space. Please understand, keep that space sacred, because in that space, you are able to create the things that you need in your life. You are able to erect. You are able to increase your learning, maintain the lessons that you have learned. You are able to you have cultivated a place of peace, a place of power, and a place of joy in you, right? So we have to keep that sacred. But those of you that was with me and you know how to go into that state, that's a quiet place. Or it can be a very quiet place, right? Now, in order to get on that, you don't get into it all the time. You can't get into it because I have done it. You can't get into it yelling and roaring. But usually you have to sneak up on it. Because when you capture it, right? Same thing with joy. Same thing with peace. Same thing with power. You got to stalk it. Not stalking like this shit that they doing right now. Stalk it like a hunter. Sneak up on it. Because when they hear you coming, it runs. Now, you might be able to catch it, but by the time you get it, you might be too tired to digest it. Now, you got to get up on it, right? Get in position. And then you and your tribe, because we didn't hunt as individuals. Now, that's being able to hunt with guns and being able to shoot something from 150, 200, 300 yards. That's some modern day shit. As human beings, we used to hunt. We had to hunt and we had to run shit down and we had to use the group method to catch, and we would share the catch, right? Success is a group capture, right? It's a very big game, right? Peace is a group capture. Joy is a group capture, right? We hunt as groups. A roaring lion. And in fact, in most cases, a single lion kills no game. It's usually the pride. Those are the most successful hunters. They often want us in this culture to focus on the individual. But we have to always pay attention to whose shoulder and what that individual is standing upon. The male lion is usually standing upon a pride of female lions that are the ones that actually get out and do the hunt. The piece is he comes in at the end and maybe do the final kill, but he's big enough to defend against other male lions and other animals that may be coming in to encroach. So his presence makes it possible for not only the women or the pride to eat, but to be able to eat in peace. You understand? So it ain't just a roaring lion kills no game. A single lion in most cases kills no game. Right? So now, let's move to the ancestral algorithm. Ancestral algorithm of the day is the focus. First off, we are on Umoja, and the focus for Umoja is overcoming isolation and the program of separation. This is a program, fam. This is a game, right? You just get to decide what piece you gonna play with. That's it. PIECE. You decide on this game what piece you can play with. That's it. You're playing somebody else's game. When you start looking at the world through your own cultural lens, you opt out of that game, and you start playing your game, our game. We need to start playing our game. How many down? How many of y'all down to play our game with me? Oh, there we go. That's what I want to hear. That's right. We're going to play our game. Check it. Their plot is to keep us isolated and believing in the program of separation. When as human beings, we would not have made it to where we are if we operated with the program of separation. No way. None. All right. So the algorithm for today is conflict is just a glitch in communication. I choose the patch of unity. We choose the patch of unity. Because I choose the patch of unity, we choose the patch of unity. Because I choose the patch of unity, we choose the patch of unity. Because I choose the patch of unity, we choose the patch of unity. You dig it? All right, so now listen, say it with me. Come on now. I choose the patch of unity. Hold on. Conflict is just a glitch. Come on. You heard him, Anime? Anime ain't hear you. Conflict is just a glitch. Got it. Say it. Okay. Okay. Simba got y'all. Conflict is just a glitch in communication. There we go. Say it with your chest. I choose the patch of unity. I choose the patch of unity. Say it with your chest. Conflict is just a glitch in communication. I choose the patch of unity. You have to feel it. Like when you're trying to sing, because a lot of y'all can't sing out there. When you're trying to sing that song that touch your soul, that's the same energy you need to put into these statements, right? These programs, because that's what brings it alive. You know, like I said, one of those old Shaka Khan songs, you got to, to the fire, to the limit, you got to throw that shit in there, right? Listen, conflict is just a glitch in communication. I choose the patch of unity. You feel it? You feel it? Right? And sometimes you have to act it because you might not feel it. Sometimes you might have to because you ain't feeling the unity today. Such and such got on your nerves. The whole group seem to be against you. Every time you bring up an idea, those niggas just, we can't get it together. You just don't feel it. So sometimes you have to act and you have to pull it up and you have to say, this is what I chose. I chose this, right? I chose to be here. I chose this collective, right? So conflict is just a glitch in communication. I'm not communicating right. Or maybe we might need to sit down and have a class or a course on proper communication as a group. It's a glitch in our communication. I choose the patch of unity. Dr. Kelsey said this a little bit differently. He said, we don't agree to disagree. We agree to agree. That's a patch of unity. When I walk into the room with my brothers and sisters, I'm not agreeing to disagree. I'm agreeing to agree. I'm trying to see where you going. I want to agree with you. Why? Because you chose to be on our side. You chose to be part of the we. So let me see where you going. Maybe I'm not catching your angle, right? Or maybe I think I understand your angle, but I'm not really seeing it. So let me step back, right? And apply this patch of unity so that we can grow together. You get it? All right. So now, the loop for the day, y'all ready? The loop for the day is built up on the word indivisible. Ooh, indivisible. And it's defined as incapable of being separated, divided, or broken into isolated fragments. Now let's go back to the focus of the algorithm today, overcoming isolation and the program of separation. Indivisible. Indivisible is the thing that smashes that. Incapable of being separated, divided, or broken into isolated fragments. And as my elder says, in my group, in my tribe, in my village, I'm agreeing to agree. I choose the patch of unity. We are indivisible because I am indivisible. Now let's go into the internal piece, the I am ESP. Is that part of you? Indivisible is the 5 parts of your being. Indivisible, your spirit, your mind, your intuition, your intuition, your mental, your emotional, your spiritual, and your physical. Are they indivisible? Was your spirit being taken one direction and your emotions being taken in another direction, and your mind is just foggy and your intuition is all the way off and your physical body is falling to pieces? Family, every morning we start off with a song called Drink Your Water, because I'm trying to remind you culturally of what we supposed to be doing. When we wake up in the morning, go get you some goddamn water. Put down the coffee, put down the tea, get you some pure water. Take you some pure, conscious breaths. Actually, before you even take your water, take you some conscious breaths. I know you breathe all the time, but you ain't breathing right. Take some deep breath. Take it down, deep down into your belly, into your kaumba spot. And if you cold with it, take it all the way down to your imani spot. Most of us can't even do that, right? Take that breath deep down, consciously. Drink you some water on purpose, not on accident. Drink you some water on purpose. Get you a culturally appropriate diet. Get your rest. Get and get your movement in. Come on, fam. Conscious movement. Conscious rest. We doing it on purpose here. Because a lot of times the shit is not fulfilling for us because we're not conscious about it. We're not doing it consciously. We just fall asleep. We accidentally fell asleep. Right? That's what a lot of us do. We accidentally fall into rest. So we get accidental rest. We don't get rest on purpose. We just breathe accidentally. So we get accidental benefits of health accidentally, not on purpose. Right? We're not conscious about our thoughts, so we get the effects of unconscious thought. Accidentally. Our thoughts are accidentally ending up in places where it don't need to be. Come on now. And our bodies, total accidents. Come on now. Because we're not purposefully moving it. Come on now. It's a very simple process. Our culture's already lined up for us, right? Is the 5 parts of your being indivisible? Because when that becomes indivisible, it's easier for we to be indivisible. If your spirit is being taken somewhere else, I don't know if y'all hearing me. Right? If your mind is being taken somewhere else, it's hard for us to be indivisible. So, what is indivisible? Once again, it's incapable of being separated or broken into divided or broken into isolated fragments. So the loop goes like this. I am indivisible because we are indivisible. And we are indivisible because I am indivisible. And maybe we might need to change our loop, because everybody's loop is I am and we are. Maybe we might need to start with we are. We are indivisible because I am indivisible, and I am indivisible because we are indivisible. Because I think West Asians probably would start with the I. We need to start with the we. We are indivisible because I am indivisible. And because I am indivisible, we are indivisible. That feels better. We are prosperous because I am prosperous. And I am prosperous because we are prosperous. We start with the we. All right, let me go and put that in notes. We start with the we. We start with we. We start with the we. Shit, let's get it popping. All right, so y'all got the loop? Say it with me. We are indivisible because I am indivisible. And I am indivisible because we are indivisible. And I need somebody out there to take notes and remind me that we start with. We start our Ubuntu loop with the we. So that once again, it's sacred to us. We separate ourselves. We do things a little bit different, right? Many of you want to be us, but you want to be accepted by the world. It don't work like that. It don't work. They're going to look at you. They're going to accept you. Now, let me say this. They're going to accept you even more. You know why? Because you're going to become a master. Because our culture is based on mastery. So they're going to be willing to pay you. They're going to take your quirkiness and your difference, and they just going to chalk it up as them having to deal with a genius. Them having to deal with a master. And they're going to pay you to keep you. Right? Because you're brilliant, magnificent, marvelous. Because you come from a culture of masters. And they will accept that being uncomfortable around you because of the brilliance that you bring. The insight and the clarity, because you know who you are. And you know who they are. And you know who they serve. So you know how to give them what they need, but making sure that you're able to get us what we need. Come on now. Can we get a round of applause for that one? Can I please? Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm about to get into it. You got to get into it. I'm at 21. I'm at 21 minutes. I ain't even did the haiku yet, but here the haiku. First one, I did this one before I went out because as I went to the bathroom before I went out to do my forms, and I got to figure out the forms in the wintertime when it gets, because you know it's going to get real cold. Mastery of breath is the key to other realms. Use it to travel. Now, family, when you do the rhythmic breath, or as well as the Ashe breath, because I didn't get a chance to do the Ashe breath, and maybe we could do another workshop, and I can introduce you to the Ashe breath, right? All these breaths, you can find them in many different places, but they're used in different ways, and of course, I'm trying to bring everything into the cultural framework. But anyway, when you do the rhythmic breath, right, and you do our countdown, and we move back, or we move deeper, as we call it, not back, we move deeper, and we get really into the moment, and we find out in our Holy of Holies, in the zero state, right, we are in the everlasting present. No past, no future, in the moment. Because the self has always existed and it will always exist. As I tell you, self-mastery is a misnomer. So when you talk to somebody and they honestly believe that they are mastering self, you can just giggle a little bit and keep it moving. Because the self don't need to be mastered. It's not the self that's causing the problems in your life. No, it's not that. You know what I'm saying? That's for another show. But anyway, when you get to that point, right, you are able to either create spaces for yourself or travel to different realms and different spaces as you get better with it. Please understand. And you could take a 5-minute meditation, counting down, going to your 0 point. And in that 5 minutes, you could do a 2-hour journey. Within that 5 minutes, you could do a lifetime if you choose. It's just all of a matter of you learning to go into that space and use what's there. You go into that space dog tired, come out of it fully energized for the rest of your day. But hey, I'm just an old dude telling you shit. So what do I know? But anyway, mastery of breath is the key to other realms. Use it to travel. This is why the yoga and your movement coinciding with your breath, right? When Sister Roni came and did her thing with us, that's why it's important. That's why when you go and Brother Malik is doing that yoga with us and he's focusing on your breath, right? Come on now. Come on now. It's very important. That breath is very important. It helps you change the vibration of your body and helps you come in tune with other vibrations or out of tune with vibrations. So we got to be very clear here. Breath is the key. Breath is the key. The history is beautiful, but the breath is the key. Right? Hell, you not only could learn hieroglyphs or metu neter, you can actually experience it. I'm going to be quiet on that one. Because yes, in the 0 point, if you so desire, it's a possibility that you could time travel. But I'm going to shut up. Be quiet, Haatim. All right. Loudness has its place. Use it as a strategy, not as your default. Loudness, because there are some hunting that requires you to be loud, right? Because it forces the game, what they would call the game. I want you to get that. The game. G-A-M-E. It forces the game to come out because the game hears noise, is confused, and it just runs. And when it runs out in an open, or it runs in the direction of the trap to where you are able to get it. So noise is a strategy. But some of us use it as our default. Some of us just talking shit all the time. Some of us playing and joking all the goddamn time. That's our default. Right? We don't need to make loudness our default. We don't need braggadocious as our default. We need that as a strategy. All right? You got it? So let's move on. Conflict is a part of being a warrior. We grow in its midst, not midst, M-I-D-S-T, in the middle of it. But that was just a little bit too long, right? So the algorithm is conflict is just a glitch in communication. I choose the patch of unity. For in our definition of warrior, a warrior is one who is experienced or involved in battle. Think about that. A warrior is one who is experienced or involved in conflict. That's the definition. They master conflict. They understand conflict, right? And being a warrior doesn't mean that you always battle is your default. No. The mind is the ultimate weapon, which means the mind is able to move through that. Check this out. Let me just say this. A warrior can use their intuition, the fullness of their intuition, fullness of their mind, full emotional spectrum, full spiritual spectrum. And of course, they could use their body or the physical, right? They're supposed to be able to use all that. But we focus on the physical aspect of warriorship so much that we lose out on the importance of the intuition. Being able to predict is a motherfucker, boy. Listen, I'm trying to tell you, having proper timing, that's what they call it in battle. They call it having proper timing. You can't beat that, right? Mental, full aspect of the mind, full power of the mind, full understanding of the emotional spectrum and how to use it and how to inspire it in others. Then you got that spirit. Come on now. And that body. Come on now. So, conflict is a part of being a warrior. We grow in its midst. When we are in conflict as a warrior, we in Gye-nyame, we don't use the body as the default. In fact, if you look at the hand, right, the body is the thumb of the hand. So we got the intuition, which is the pinky. We have the next finger. I don't know what that is. I don't know what they call that. That finger. That is the mental. Then we have the emotional, which is the middle finger. Then we have the spirit, which is the pointing finger. Then we have the thumb, which is the physical body. All these parts of self are important, right? All of them are very important. The pinky is a key piece of the hand. You still can operate without it, but damn, right? You can operate without the thumb as well, but damn. You prefer to have all of them, right? So our default, there is no default. We look at the conflict and we figure out how to deal with the conflict. You understand? Without letting our emotions, so this is what we're supposed to do. I'm still working on letting your emotions overrun you, right? This is why we got to bring Wakesa back so we could really, really get the language of dealing with these emotions. Are we mad, sad, or scared? Mad, what's the violation? Scared, what's the loss? Sad, what's the loss? And scared, what's the danger? And start helping each other, stepping back and practicing, letting people process and letting ourselves process, because we got the proper language for it. All right, anyway, but conflict is part of being a warrior. We grow in the midst of the conflicts is where we grow. All right, last one, indivisible. We cannot be divided. Powerful concept. That was a haiku. All right, so now, let's get to the show for the day. I'm at 31 minutes. Good grief. Title of the show today is Umoja and the Patch of Unity. Wow. Why loud noise starves the tribe. Get ready. Here it go. A ruined lion kills no game in the deep bush. Quiet moves bring life. Quiet moves bring life. That's the official haiku of the day. Is that man haikuing? Anime say yes. Today we stand in the frequency of Umoja, the foundational principle of unity for those who are uninitiated. Wrapped in a regal aura of purple, the ancestors drop a heavy, unvarnished truth upon our mental desktop. A roaring lion kills no game. Observe the imagery, family. A lion in the high grass that roars before striking gives away its position every single time. Loud threats, emotional posturing, performative outbursts, and aggressive noise produces zero sustenance for the pride. The roaring lion makes a lot of noise, fills the air with theatrical bravado, but at the end of the day, its stomach remains empty, and the cubs go unfed. True power, quiet mastery, a strategic alignment do not require performative conflict. In our communities, in our relationships, and within the quiet corridors of our own minds, how often do we roar, argue, and project noise when that is actually required? But what is actually required is silence, focus, execution, and unified alignment. So let me read that again. I did that wrong. In our communities, in our relationships, and within the quiet corridors of our own minds, how often do we roar, argue, and project noise when what is actually required is silent, focus, execution, and unified alignment? Look back at our journey through the Middle Passage, the plantations, the block, and the boardroom. Our people didn't survive and build institutions by outscreaming the storm. We survived by locking arms in silence, moving under the cover of night, and building underground networks that no enemy could decode. Did y'all hear that? Somebody type out share if you felt that. When we look at our foundational texts like the Warrior's Handbook of Life for Life's Journey, the Player's Pyramid, 7 sticks, right? All those are in the description below, or at least a link to it. Click the link. It'll take you to a place where you get all of our stuff, right? We are reminded that unity is an emotional feeling you chant about at a rally. We are reminded that unity isn't an emotional feeling you chant about at a rally. Umoja is a structural reality. It is the purple thread weaving through the fabric of the tribe, holding the quilt together when the bitter winds of life try to tear us apart. So you Umoja children, please understand your power. This brings us directly to the ancestral algorithm for the day. Conflict is just a glitch in communication. I choose the patch of unity. Via Negativa, the subtractive self-mastery approach demands that we strip away the buildup of ego, reactionary defense mechanisms, and petty divisions. We have accumulated decades of mental buildup, false narratives, and spiritual debris. We've been conditioned by a hyper-individualistic culture to believe that every disagreement is a war, every misunderstanding is a betrayal, and every friction point demands a loud public showdown. We roar at our brothers, we post sub-tweets at our sisters, and we project our internal trauma onto the very people standing in the trenches with us. Damn. Somebody type of Ashe if you feel that. Drop the weight, tribe. Scrape off the crust of performative outrage. When friction arises between brothers and sisters in the tribe, or when internal dissonance ripples through our mind, body, system, we must stop viewing conflict as an absolute reality or a permanent wall. Conflict is not who we are. It is simply a glitch in the communication protocol. An uncalibrated signal, a misaligned frequency, or a momentary system failure caused by stress, fatigue, or unhealed wounds. Think about that. Step back. Step back. Think about it. Come on now. Come on now, class in session. All right, come on now. Type out if you felt that. A momentary system failure caused by stress, fatigue, or unhealed wounds. How many of you got that? Right? Experience that with others as well as, even more importantly, with yourself. Instead of crashing the entire network or escalating into empty roaring that starves the collective, the nation builder applies the patch of unity. Think about software engineering for a second, family. When a program encounters a bug, a real coder doesn't burn down the server or smash the hard drive in a fit of rage. They isolate the glitch, write a clean patch, and deploy it quietly to restore functionality. A patch fixes the code without destroying the system. It restores the flow of data, bridges the operational gap, and allows the whole machine to operate at peak capacity. Applying the patch of unity means choosing release over retribution. It means dropping the need to be right in order to preserve the health of the relationship. It means cutting the noise of the ego that demands a spectacle and stepping into the quiet, potent center where the real work is done. Now, over the last couple of days, you've been hearing a lot about this potent center. That is a quote from the African Openness to the Tree of Life. It's a book, excellent book. I suggest everybody in our collective get that book, as well as we may need to have a study group around that book. I can't remember the author's name at this point in time, but a powerful book. When we operate from Umoja, we recognize that my brother's struggle is my data point. My sister's victory is my strength, and our collective alignment is our ultimate armor against the elements. Look at the old fable of the 7 sticks. Again, with the 7 sticks, Brother Haatim. You constantly talking about the 7 sticks. I'm looking at your pictures. 7 sticks all the time. 7 sticks. I got to keep repeating until you get it. A single stick. How do you know when we got it, Haatim? We got it when we operating with it. When it's the default. A single stick, no matter how strong or polished, can be snapped and had by a child's hands. But when you bind those 7 sticks together with the cord of independence, or with the cord of interdependence, even a giant cannot break it. The individual stick doesn't need to roar. Its strength is amplified 100-fold when simply by remaining bound to the bundle. To walk the path of Umoja today, you must identify the buildup you've been carrying. What false narratives are you clinging to? Are you holding on to old grudges like prize trophies? Are you allowing pride to keep you isolated on your own little island, pretending you don't need the tribe? That is the buildup of the false self. Scrape it off. Drop the heavy burden of needing to prove your dominance through volume. The loudest room in the house is usually the emptiest. Share what's not you. Share the performative noise. Share the reactionary defense mechanism, and step into the quiet purple royalty of Umoja. When you stop roaring at the glitch and start applying the patch of unity, your mind clears, your spirit stabilizes, and the collective family eats in peace, power, and joy. Move with quiet discipline today, family. Stop roaring at the glitch. Apply the patch of unity. Realign your frequency and feed the tribe. All right, family, make sure you like, subscribe, share. Most importantly, throw your comments down there. Look down in the description. It has the link where you can connect with all of our resources. Join the tribe, and you know what that means. You are now listening to Gye-nyame Journey Radio. This is a Heart of a Symbol production. Where we strive to blow up your old paradigms.